there was this kid who would try to make fun of me every time he walked past my table. So what I did one day when I was like really it got on my nerves that every time this kid walked past my table, he will make fun of me. I grabbed the guy's tie and pulled him down, and I told him to say it to my face. So I threatened him to his face. Hey guys, it's Dharmik. I'm 23, and this is my story. Though it might change in the future, everything's a constant change. I'm currently working as a city Joe. I spend most of my time when I'm not working, playing games or playing card games with my friends. Other than that, I do like build model kits. That's mostly what I do. I got diagnosed like when I was a child. My mother noticed it when I was like a few months old or like something like that. But no one really believed her until much later when she got a doctor to officially get the diagnosis.
I went to many doctors. I've lost count, from the time that I didn't have that good feel, And I think the earliest was about maybe he was 6 weeks or so. Actually brought him to a polyclinic. And we were very lucky to get a doctor. And just for looking at him, and he did no test. He just looked at him and he said that this could be multiple spondyloepiphyseal dysplasia. He actually used this term, and I was like, oh wow.
So it just means that my bones grow at different rates, and it comes with a lot of different complications. It makes it very difficult to walk and stuff. In terms of accepting my disability, it's been like accepting it over time. It didn't really hit me that much because I always felt different. Because even from a young age, like I wouldn't be able to go for PE, while all the other students are like running around. I usually be just sitting in a chair outside. I always didn't want to do PE because I always felt that I will be holding back my team, because obviously I was not as fast as any other student. So I guess even from then I really knew that I am different and I didn't really fit in that well.
In terms of physical development, my son couldn't do a few things. He couldn't skip. He couldn't do certain movements, which a typical 3 or 4-year-old should do. So he moved differently. He missed some milestones, which he shouldn't. So like for example, he never crawled. He just sat and he stood up. I've never seen my son crawl. So these were important for me.
So up to primary 5, I could walk, but it would be with like a terrible limp, and personally for me, it's like it always made me insecure, where you see all your friends walking perfectly fine, and then you alone will be like limping. And then at some point it became way too painful to like walk even a meter or two. Like my feet would start to cramp up for even the shortest distance of movement. So at that point, my parents had no choice but to get a wheelchair to help me, continue with life. Yeah, it was like, it's quite a strange change, because one day your friends see you walking around, the next day you come to school in a wheelchair. I got bullied like primary school, secondary school, even like poly wasn't really making fun. It was more like that was a different drama altogether. Primary school, I was actually really outgoing. Like, compared to myself now or in secondary school, I'll say like primary school is the time where I was like the most outgoing. Like when I felt something and I wanted to say something, I'll just say it out loud. When it comes to like people who save me, I'll say that my mother keeps me strong when it comes to this kind of situations, because I won't say like she has to make the constant. I can't expect my mother to be there every day of the year, but she gave me like the strength to like realize that I don't need to be whatever they want me to be.
I encourage him a lot, but I don't worry so much anymore. because I just think that life is fair for everyone, Yeah, if you're able-bodied, that doesn't guarantee you anything. And if you're not, that doesn't mean that that doesn't guarantee failure either, So it's just a matter of, how you cope, your circumstances, the support that you get, the jobs that you land up with, the friends that you have. I'm not a helicopter parent, to a large extent. So I've actually asked him, tell your teacher this, ask your teacher what can be done, confide with the teacher, have friends.
I started having issues with anxiety, I guess near Sec 3. So that's when I started stop talking to people most of the time. Only talk to people who are really close to me. And I started having issues with starting conversations altogether. So it's nowadays, so it became to a point where I don't talk to strangers at all. Usually people will be fine with starting a conversation here and there, but it got to a point where whenever I need to approach someone, even if it could be something as simple as I need to get out of the MRT, it causes me to panic a little, because I really do not want to go through that interaction in the first place. But I kind of get around that by having my friends. That's the thing, I usually am very nervous when I'm alone, and I find the most amount of courage or confidence when I'm with someone else that I know. So it's it could be my younger sisters, my friends.
I've known Dharmhik for almost 4 years now. I met him back in poly, during our poly days, around second year, which was 2018. So when I first met him, my impression of him was he's pretty alright, because he's the one who approached me, because when in one of the classes I opened my laptop, then my laptop wallpaper was this Gundam, and then he first approached me about it. Then that's why I knew that we share similar interests. Then from there we just keep talking.
When school ended, we started to hang out more, because there's no school. So it's you choose to hang out with whoever you want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Then we decided since we both play card games, why don't we just meet up and play card games more often?
I guess for me, I feel like he's because whatever problems I have, I'll be talking to him. If personal problems or anything, he'll be one of the people that I'll think about to talk to about this. Pillar of support, man. But yeah, that's why I feel emotionally he's my emotional support in most cases, because he's the most straightforward guy that I know, that will tell me straight to my face okay, or if I fucked up, right, he'll tell me I fucked up, and then I'll start to realize, okay, what did I do wrong. Actually, I learned a lot of things from him. It's the main thing I learned is just because something bad happened to you, right, doesn't mean you should just give up on everything else. You just need to have something in your head, a goal or something you want to strive for, right, then just go for it. Because okay, you're on a wheelchair, but that doesn't stop you from working or doing anything else that we do, right? That's the thing I admire about, and that's the thing I think about it.
Actually, I find it very irritating when someone says that, this country has way better facilities for people with wheelchair. Then I'll be cool, but do they have the same people as Singapore? Because to me, I can go to any country with all the facilities in the world, but it won't matter if the people who I care about are not there. Because to me, Singapore is about the people that live here, and that is what is home. I cannot just go to another country and say that, yeah, this is the people I live for, because I will never be able to find my friends in another country, because they're unique to where I am. My name is Dharmhik, and I'm Singaporean.